The invisible shift, why sleep isn't doing nothing. I need you to pause for a second and consider something. The moment you lie down at night, you think you're off, that you're finally doing nothing. You might even feel guilty about it. There's always one more email to send, one more task to finish. But here's the truth, your body isn't off. It's doing some of its most important work, the kind that determines how you think, feel, and perform tomorrow. Let's be honest, most of us operate as if productivity only happens in the visible, daytime hours. We equate movement and action with progress, but your body doesn't see it that way. Sleep is not a break from life. It's a different mode of life. Think of it like updating your phone overnight. During the day, you're actively using apps, scrolling through tasks, responding to messages. At night, the system quietly reorganizes, clears out glitches, prioritizes memory, and prepares you for the next round. The work isn't visible, but it's essential. Miss it, and the next day's system struggles to function. You might notice it in small ways first. Your thoughts feel foggy, decisions feel heavier, your patience runs thin. That's your body telling you the invisible maintenance wasn't done properly. On nights when you sleep deeply and consistently, you notice a difference. Your mind is clearer, your mood is steadier, and even small challenges feel more manageable. Your body has done the work quietly, systematically, without fanfare. Here's a concrete example. Imagine a friend studying for a test. One night, they pull an all-nighter, trying to memorize every detail. The next morning, they feel alert enough to sit down, but when it comes to recalling facts or connecting ideas, they struggle. Another student, sleeping the recommended hours, wakes up refreshed. Their brain has processed and consolidated the material while they were doing nothing. The difference isn't luck, it's systems at work, the invisible shift that turns rest into real performance. Understanding this changes the way you see yourself. Sleep isn't a passive activity. It's an active investment in your mental clarity, emotional stability, and physical recovery. Every hour you allow yourself to rest properly is an hour your body uses to repair, organize, and optimize your internal systems. Your nights are not wasted. They are silently shaping the quality of every day that follows. Once you start seeing sleep this way, guilt fades. You stop viewing it as time lost and begin to recognize it as foundational work you cannot replicate in any other way. You start respecting it, protecting it, and, even without realizing it, transforming the way you function in life. Brain at night, how your mind processes life while you rest. When you sleep, your brain doesn't switch off, it switches functions. During the day, your mind is reacting to stimuli, emails, notifications, conversations, problem solving. At night, it shifts into processing mode. Think of it like a factory that stops production on the main line to focus on quality control and organization. Everything that came through during the day, memories, experiences, even fleeting thoughts, needs to be sorted, stored, or discarded. Here's why that matters. Imagine you're trying to learn a new skill, like coding or playing an instrument. You spend hours practicing, but then you skimp on sleep. Your brain didn't have the chance to reinforce the neural connections that make that practice stick. The next day, you feel like you've barely progressed. Sleep is the stage where your brain files, organizes, and strengthens these connections, turning effort into actual skill. Without it, your hard work stays unrefined, floating in a kind of mental limbo. Emotionally, sleep works on the same principle. Have you ever noticed that after a restless night, small irritations feel magnified? That's because your brain processes not just information, but emotion. REM sleep, the stage where most dreaming happens, is where your mind integrates experiences, balances feelings, and prepares you to respond rather than react. Skipping this stage is like leaving a stack of unresolved emails in your inbox overnight. Everything feels overwhelming and unmanageable. Here's a real-life anecdote. A colleague I know was constantly stressed and felt incapable of focusing. He would sleep only 5 to 6 hours, believing he needed the extra time to get ahead. After intentionally improving his sleep quality and aiming for a consistent 7 to 8 hours, he noticed that tasks he previously struggled with became manageable, decisions were clearer, and his emotional reactions softened. The effort didn't change. What changed was how his brain was processing life while he rested. The takeaway is simple but powerful. Your brain does the work you cannot force during waking hours. Trying to cram, overwork, or multitask can only take you so far. Sleep is where the internal systems finalize progress, solidify learning, and recalibrate emotional stability. It's the hidden engine that underpins clarity, focus, and emotional resilience. Respecting this process transforms not just how you perform, but how you feel from one day to the next. Body in repair. Healing happens when you can't see it. While your brain is busy processing life, your body is working quietly on a different set of tasks: repair and restoration. Every tissue, muscle, and organ relies on sleep to recover from the stress of the day. Think of your body like a car. During the day, you drive it hard, navigating traffic, hills, and long distances. At night, it goes into the shop for maintenance. Fluids get replenished, engine parts are checked, and minor wear and tear are fixed. If you skip this maintenance, the car might still run, but eventually, performance suffers. Muscle recovery is a prime example. When you exercise, you create tiny tears in muscle fibers. These tears aren't a problem. They're the stimulus for growth, but they need time and proper conditions to heal. During deep sleep, growth hormone is released, signaling the body to repair these fibers and strengthen them. Without sufficient deep sleep, this repair is delayed, leaving you sore, fatigued, and less capable the next day. It's not weakness, it's biology responding to neglect. Your immune system also depends on sleep. White blood cells and other critical components of your immune defense increase while you rest. This is why sleep deprivation makes you more susceptible to illness, even minor infections. One anecdote I often recall: a friend of mine consistently worked 12-hour shifts and slept 4 to 5 hours a night. Within weeks, he caught every cold that passed through the office, no matter how mild. Once he prioritized 7 to 8 hours of sleep, the frequency of illness dropped dramatically, even though his workload remained high. His body was finally able to do the work it had been denied. The takeaway here is that sleep is not optional repair. It's the primary method your body uses to maintain itself. Ignoring it doesn't just reduce performance. It gradually chips away at your resilience, energy, and long-term health. Recognizing this transforms how you approach daily effort. Rest is not a pause. It's part of the work cycle, as critical as the work you put in while awake. The hidden cleanup crew: how sleep detoxifies your brain. There's a part of your brain's work during sleep that doesn't get talked about enough: cleaning itself. While you're resting, a system called the glymphatic system activates, flushing out waste products that accumulate during the day. Think of it like a nightly janitorial crew. All the minor junk your brain collects, protein buildup, metabolic byproducts, gets swept away so that tomorrow you wake up with a clearer, sharper mind. Skipping this process is like letting garbage pile up in your kitchen for weeks. Eventually, it starts affecting function in ways you can't ignore. This cleaning process explains why sleep deprivation makes you feel mentally foggy. You've experienced it. The brain feels heavy, focus slips, and decision-making slows. It isn't just tiredness, it's waste that hasn't been cleared. Consider someone who's working long hours or pulling all-nighters. Even if they are alert enough to function, their cognitive efficiency is already compromised. Their mental workspace is cluttered, and the cleanup that normally happens during deep sleep never occurs. Emotionally, this system plays a role too. When your brain is overloaded with unprocessed emotional and chemical buildup, small stressors feel larger. That explains why people snap over minor inconveniences after poor sleep. Their mental environment isn't tidy, so the emotional reactions are amplified. A practical example: a friend of mine works in high-stress software development. During a sprint, he often sleeps 4 to 5 hours to meet deadlines. His productivity seems intact at first, but over a week, he starts making mistakes he never would otherwise: misreading code, forgetting key details, snapping at teammates. When he resumes consistent, quality sleep, those mistakes vanish. The work didn't get easier. His brain simply had space to operate efficiently again. The detoxification work happened while he slept. Understanding this hidden cleanup process shifts your perspective. Sleep is more than rest. It is active maintenance, creating the conditions for clarity, focus, and emotional resilience. Without it, no amount of caffeine, planning, or multitasking can make up for the clutter that builds up inside your mind. The hormone symphony: why your body needs nighttime balance. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's the stage where your body's hormonal systems reset and recalibrate. These hormones govern energy, stress response, appetite, and emotional regulation. When sleep is disrupted, the balance is thrown off, and the consequences show up immediately in your daily experience. Take cortisol, for example, the stress hormone. Normally, it dips during the evening and rises in the morning to help you wake up alert. If you cut sleep short or go to bed irregularly, cortisol levels remain elevated, leaving you wired at night and drained the next morning. It's why some people feel restless despite exhaustion or reach for caffeine just to survive the day. Sleep isn't optional for regulating stress. It's the system that keeps it in check naturally. Growth hormone is another critical player. Released primarily during deep sleep, it signals your body to repair tissue, build muscle, and maintain metabolism. Skipping this stage is like skipping essential maintenance on a car. You might get by for a while, but over time, efficiency and resilience decline. This is why people who consistently sleep poorly often notice slower recovery, weight fluctuations, and general fatigue, even if they exercise regularly. Sleep also regulates appetite through hormones like leptin and ghrelin. When you sleep poorly, leptin, which signals fullness, drops, while ghrelin, which signals hunger, rises. This imbalance leads to cravings and overeating, not because you lack discipline, but because your system is physically demanding more fuel to compensate for insufficient restoration. A real-world example. I know a colleague who was chronically tired, moody, and constantly craving snacks in the afternoon. She had assumed it was her metabolism or bad habits. When she committed to a consistent sleep schedule, allowing 7 to 8 hours nightly, she noticed within a few weeks that her cravings dropped, her mood stabilized, and her energy became more predictable. Her body's hormonal systems were simply able to complete the work they had been missing. The lesson is clear. Sleep is the invisible conductor of your hormonal symphony. When you honor it, you're not just resting. You're giving your body the chance to regulate itself, keep systems in balance, and ensure that your energy, focus, and emotional stability are optimized for the day ahead. Sleep as a performance tool. Transform your days by honoring nighttime. Here's the point that most people miss. Productivity isn't just about what you do while awake. The quality of your work, focus, and decision-making depends on what happened while you were asleep. Sleep is not downtime. It's the hidden infrastructure that allows you to operate at your best. Consider focus. When your brain has processed, organized, and detoxified overnight, attention becomes sharper and multitasking less draining. Emotionally, you're more resilient. Small irritations are less likely to derail your day. Physically, your energy is stable and predictable because your hormonal systems have recalibrated. Skipping this process doesn't just make you tired, it weakens every single system that contributes to performance. A real example, I once worked with someone trying to push through a creative project while sleeping 4 to 5 hours nightly. They could sit at a desk for hours, but the quality of their ideas and decisions suffered. After a week of restoring consistent 7 to 8 hours of sleep, they found that the same tasks became not only easier, but produced results that felt effortless in comparison. The work didn't change, the internal systems supporting performance did. Sleep is the silent multiplier you've been overlooking. This perspective also changes how you measure productivity. Instead of celebrating late nights as grind time, you start to see them as counterproductive. The real leverage lies in respecting the work your body and brain do while you're resting. Your days improve because the systems that support thought, creativity, focus, and emotional balance have been completed overnight. Treat sleep as part of the work, not the reward. This shift in mindset alone can dramatically increase your effectiveness, creativity, and well-being. It's the overlooked tool that makes every hour of conscious effort count more. Barriers and breakthroughs. Why most people fail at sleep and how you can win. Even with all this knowledge, most people struggle to actually get quality sleep. And that's not because they're lazy or undisciplined. It's because our modern lives are full of invisible barriers that sabotage the very systems that support us. Understanding these barriers is the first step toward breakthrough. One major barrier is overstimulation. Phones, computers, bright lights, and constant notifications trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime. Your body can't switch into repair mode because it's responding to input that tells it to stay alert. Another common issue is irregular schedules. Going to bed and waking up at different times every day disrupts your internal clock, preventing your body from entering deep sleep consistently. Even stress and worry, especially unprocessed thoughts from the day, can keep your brain in a heightened state, making it impossible to fully relax. Here's a practical approach. Start small. Focus on one barrier at a time rather than trying to fix everything at once. Set a consistent wake-up time as your anchor. Your body can adjust more easily than you think. Create a short shutdown routine that signals to your brain it's time to shift gears. Dim lights, step away from screens, and jot down lingering thoughts or tasks. Treat these as non-negotiable signals to your nervous system that night work is starting. Real-life example. A client of mine had spent years working late into the night, believing that she needed the extra hours to get ahead. Her productivity was inconsistent, and she felt constantly drained. We started by fixing her wake-up time and introducing a 30-minute pre-bed routine. Within 2 weeks, she noticed fewer mistakes, higher mental clarity, and waking up with energy she hadn't experienced in years. She didn't need to overhaul her life. She just respected the systems her body and brain rely on. The breakthrough mindset is this: sleep isn't a luxury or a reward. It's a non-negotiable system that supports every other system in your life. By identifying your personal barriers and applying small, consistent adjustments, you can reclaim the restorative work your body and brain have been waiting for. Sleep is a life investment, seeing the bigger picture. By now, it should be clear: sleep is more than rest, more than repair. It's an investment in every aspect of your life. Every decision, every action, every bit of creativity depends on the systems your body and brain run while you're asleep. Treating sleep as optional is like refusing to pay maintenance on a car you rely on daily. You might get by for a while, but eventually, breakdowns appear where you least expect them. This perspective transforms how you approach work, relationships, and personal growth. Late nights are no longer badges of honor. They are liabilities. Consistent, quality sleep is no longer a convenience. It's foundational infrastructure. The compounding effect is enormous. Clarity, energy, emotional resilience, and decision-making all improve silently, steadily, and almost invisibly. Over months and years, the benefits compound, shaping the quality of your life in ways that short-term effort alone cannot. Consider someone juggling a demanding career, family, and creative pursuits. They might assume that every extra hour of work is progress, yet without sleep, that effort is only partially effective. Once they reframe sleep as a strategic tool, an investment that multiplies the effectiveness of every waking hour, their approach changes. They prioritize sleep the way they prioritize meetings or deadlines, and the results speak for themselves. Fewer mistakes, more creativity, better emotional control, and a deeper sense of personal capability. The lesson is simple but profound. Sleep is the quiet system that keeps you alive, functioning, and evolving. Honoring it is not indulgence. It's the single most reliable way to ensure that all other work you do has lasting impact. Every hour you spend resting properly is an hour your body uses to repair, organize, and optimize itself, transforming your nights into the foundation for meaningful, capable, and resilient days. Conclusion: turning insight into action. Now that you understand the hidden work your body and brain do while you sleep, the next step is to act. Knowledge alone doesn't transform your days. It's consistent, intentional action that does. You've seen how sleep affects memory, emotional stability, physical repair, hormonal balance, and overall performance. You've seen the cost of ignoring it and the power of respecting it. Start small. Identify one sleep barrier in your life, maybe inconsistent bedtimes, screen use before bed, or stress, and address it first. Anchor a consistent wake-up time. Build a short pre-bed routine that signals to your body that it's time to shift into repair mode. These aren't optional. They are the tools your body and mind require to do the work they are designed to do. Remember, the effects compound. One night of good sleep is helpful, but repeated, consistent nights are transformative. The clarity, energy, emotional resilience, and performance you've been seeking aren't just products of your daytime effort. They are the result of honoring the silent work your body does while you rest. Sleep is not passive. Sleep is not indulgent. Sleep is your most reliable system for transforming effort into results, chaos into clarity, and fatigue into capability. Protect it. Prioritize it. Treat it as the life investment it truly is, and watch how it changes the way you live, think, and act every day.